An attempt made on Donald Trump's life at a rally in Pennsylvania 2 days later. We're getting more details about the police and Secret Service response once shots started flying.
Yeah, a lot of questions still need to be answered, and we're now learning police officer from Butler County saw that gunman on the rooftop during that rally before the shooting, and people in the crowd, you hear, they're expressing concern.
News 8's Tasmin Mahfouz is here with the details, and this happened before a single shot was even fired, right?
Yeah, Brian, Lori, so a lot of moving parts of this. A couple of people tried telling police there was a man on a roof with a gun with that officer that you mentioned, eventually coming face to face with the shooter. So here's an animated map showing the locations of Trump, the gunman, and law enforcement snipers at the Butler Farm Showgrounds. As you can see right there on your screen, the gunman was about 400 to 500 feet away from the area of the stage where Trump was shot. Butler County Sheriff Michael Sloop said that Butler Township officers got calls about a suspicious person outside the perimeter of the rally, and they went looking to find that person. A Butler Township police officer eventually saw him up on that roof, climbed up. Sloop himself details what happened next.
All I know is the officer had both hands up on the roof to get up onto the roof, never made it because the shooter had turned towards the officer, and rightfully and smartfully, the officer let go.
So as you heard there, the shooter turned around, saw the officer peering over, and pointed his gun at him. The officer let go of the ledge to take cover and possibly to save his own life. The gunman then started firing from the rooftop, where he was taken out seconds later by Secret Service counterfire. Now, some attendees of the rally caught video of the shooter. You're seeing that on your screen as well on the roof.
The guy behind me said that he had seen him. He had a gun. And then when he said that, I moved over a couple feet and I was able to see him perfectly, and I seen he had the gun. They even looked at us and said, you know, where's he at? And we were pointing to him, you know, he's right there. Now, this was before I started to film, but we said he's right there.
Yeah, so when asked if the overall security lapse that led to the gunman having a direct line of sight to Trump was a failure, Sloop said it obviously was. About a week before the rally, Sloop actually said that there was a big meeting at which the U.S. Secret Service, state police, township police, bomb squads, and other law enforcement entities talked about roles and responsibilities. The Secret Service did not personally sweep that building, instead relying on local law enforcement to do so ahead of the rally there. Now, as for that officer's response, Sloop says he was very brave to confront the shooter face to face, but it's all part of the job.
I'd have done the same thing. Absolutely. I mean, people think officers are Superman. Like, you hold on to the roof with one hand while you're hanging on for dear life and pull a gun out of your... It doesn't work that way.
So we also want to add the shooter's car was searched on the Butler Farm Showgrounds. Inside, investigators found a receiver with wires going into a metal box in the trunk that contained possible explosives. Investigators are examining a theory that the shooter intended to detonate the explosives in the car as a distraction. But once confronted by the officer, he may have opted to speed up his plan and skip over the distraction, firing the shots much earlier than he intended to.